Some people were born with the determination of Abraham Lincoln, the cunning of Albert Einstein, or the kindness of Mother Teresa. Now, I was born with the endless amount of irritation. For years, my parents, teachers, and friends have told me that I get so easily frustrated sometimes. I mean, yeah, I get it. I have pet peeves. I hate being interrupted, or when there's incessant tapping on the floor. Who said that? Remember what I just said about me not liking being interrupted? Or if somebody corrects me in front of everyone. Every morning when I woke up and looked into my reflection, I thought that letting out my anger was completely common and my behavior was normal. But one day, my reflection in the mirror soon changed forever. It was a typical Monday morning in Miss Johnson's math class. I was 10, and there I was, my fist clenched on my cheek, tapping the pencil on my desk. I was bored. "Ethan, what is 10 divided by 5, Miss Johnson suddenly asks. On impulse, I stand up and say 4. "Sorry, Ethan, it's 2. I could hear the quiet giggles at the back of the class, and Miss Johnson, with her hands on her hips, with a disappointed face. And that's when I felt it. A rattle of frustration climbing on my back, my fists clenching, my skin tightening. I stood up and shouted at Miss Johnson, "This is so stupid! Why couldn't you have just asked anybody else in the class?" Everybody was staring at me. And Miss Johnson was shocked. She pointed at the door, signaling me to exit. My head hanging in shame, I exited the classroom and took a seat to a nearest bench. There was a mirror affixed to the classroom door that day. And there was another student sitting beside me, sitting up straight, and guess what? He was tapping his right foot incessantly. Man, I am being tested today. Needing to break this incessant tapping, I asked him, "So, how did you get here?" The tapping stopped. But my attention was soon turned to the sight. This guy was tall, muscular, and broad-shouldered. I punched someone. "What made you do it?" You see, my friends and I were at the back of the class, and we were playfully shoving each other until one of them pushed me too hard. So I punched him. That was the end of the conversation. And I couldn't help but look at my reflection in the mirror. But only this time, I couldn't help but wonder, why are we sharing this bench? I expressed myself, and he knocked someone out. But that's when I realized we did have something in common, and that was our anger. Miss Johnson opened the door and beckoned me aside, advising me to never raise my voice to her again. That night, when I stood in front of my mirror, I didn't like what I saw. The mirror turned to a tall smartphone, scrolling through all the moments in my life where I've been frustrated. The time where I called my friends stupid for not knowing the rules of basketball, or when I stormed out of piano class because the piece was difficult, or the one time where I told my mom to shut up when she told me to take a break from video games. I do have an anger problem, but, well, this giant mirror turned into a crystal ball, or anger was defining my future? Of course not. Not unless I change my frustration problem. The mirror scrolled back to the moment in math class, and I could see myself, my fist clenching, the rattle, the skin tightening, a familiar pattern. But maybe next time I can recognize this and take a deep breath. Calm down and find a different way to express myself. The mirror reverted back to its normal self. This time, I didn't see a problem. I saw a solution. The next morning, I had a block of gym class, and we were playing basketball. Our team had won with a score of 10-5, and we were so happy. I was chosen to report this final score to the teacher. As I was strolling along, I saw another opponent. He went up and said, "We had won with a score of 10-5. And that's when I felt it. The rattle of frustration climbing up my back, my skin tightening, my fists clenching. I opened my mouth to scream. But I stopped. I took a deep breath, calmed down, and talked to the teacher after class. Not only did she fix the score, but this time, I expressed myself without anybody getting hurt. Maybe I do have the determination of Abraham Lincoln after all. Mirrors are so much more than reflections. They're opportunities for self-reflection. To self-reflect is to be completely honest about what's going on. If you give yourself enough chance to stand in front of a mirror, you'll soon find your insides, your outsides, your works of art, your works in progress, the problems, and even the solutions. When times of an angry outburst appear, I practice taking a deep breath, calming down, and finding a different way to express myself. But what about you? Are you someone who's frequently late to work? Are you having trouble limiting your screen time? Or are you like me, who has an anger issue? The mirror of self-reflection has become a mentor and a friend for me to this day. All you have to do is look.